This guy, not late. A wizard is never late.
A wizard is never late.
Oh my god!
If I come on like 20 minutes early, no one's around.
That's how you start the year, right on time.
Right on time.
8
Time
seconds.
is the only commodity you can't buy more of,
I
so I'm
know.
gonna not.
Exactly.
No, I mean, whatever.
Ah, how you
2022.
doing, dude?
What's up, man? Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
So exciting, kicking off a new season or a new year. Yeah, ditch that witch. Thanks for jumping on. Merry New Year to you too.
It's beef jerky time.
Is it beef turkey time?
Beef jerky time.
I don't.
No.
No.
It-
No,
it's-
is this some sort of pop reference that
Dude,
you?
come on. Merry New Year. He said Merry New Year. It's from Trading Places.
Okay, I believe you. I don't.
My guy. Really?
Isn't it, I have no legs. Isn't that Trading Places?
No. Wait. Maybe.
On the subway, he pretends he has no legs. Isn't
Yes. Yeah.
that? That's the Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd film, right?
Dan Aykroyd, yeah.
All
And
right.
they go on the subway. They're trying to get the briefcase from the same guy from every other movie, from every 80s movie, and he comes on as he's a exchange student from Cameroon, and
Oh,
uh,
I don't remember that.
yeah, he yells. I don't know how you
Isn't
can't.
there like there's like gorilla rape in that movie? There's
Yes.
there's some objectionable.
Jim Belushi or yes, there's that, and also Dan Aykroyd does wear blackface in that movie.
Oh, he does. You're right. Oh my
He's-
God, what a
he's-
different
he's-
time.
He's got dreads. It's Jamie Lee Curtis. She plays
Oh, Jesus Christ. 2022, everybody.
yeah. I mean, different times. It was.
I mean, I would get it. I have no legs. I would get some of the
Yeah.
references, but
Yeah,
it isn't
that's
like
it's considered. It's become it's kind of like the Die Hard now, right? Like it is the New Year movie. Even it starts off in Christmas all the way to New Year, and then by New Year's when they're doing the whole like heist at the end. And I think I used to always call it a New Year's movie. Then all of a sudden now everyone posts that Eddie Murphy gif where he's like Merry New Year. Everyone was sharing it this year. So.
Is it really, man?
Yeah, it's
I don't
become
have
like
anyone
the New
because
Year's.
no one
Yeah.
shared it with me. Hey, Rolls. Happy birthday to Rolls.
Yeah. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Rolls.
I think you joined us last year for a birthday too. I think it's
27 years young, I assume. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What's up, Tim? No, I mean, if they haven't thrown me off the show yet, Tim, they're not going to kick me off.
I can't. He's too
too
ingrained
big
in
to
the
fail.
formula. He's too big to fail. He's too
Big to fail.
like New York City, right? Like, didn't New York City get a new mayor this first?
We did. We got a new mayor. He called 911 and the cops did nothing. That's my favorite New York City story now.
Wait, what happened? Tell me. Just let me.
He was like doing a press conference, and of course, like there's a press conference, and some folks are getting in a fight on the subway platform or something, and he calls 911, and he has to explain himself like 3 times as to what's going on because the dispatcher's like, "There's a fight on the subway. Welcome to New York." Like, what are you talking about? And so the cops show up, and by the time the cops show up, the fight's already over, and so they don't do anything and they walk away.
I mean that speaks bounds for the
Happy
city.
New Year.
Happy New Year. I did we didn't watch okay, so check this out. So all about 4 days before New Year's, on my Twitter feed I kept getting an ad for a Miley Cyrus, Pete Davidson New Year's thing, right?
Like a party?
Well, they're doing like a show, like ringing the new year with us on Miley Cyrus, whatever. And what's interesting is I used to not really like Pete Davidson, but I had no ground to stand. I didn't hate the guy, like I just didn't know him enough. And
Right.
He's kind of.
I mean, he's from Staten Island, so
yeah, right. But also at the same time, he hates himself because he's from
right.
Staten
That's true.
Island.
That's true. He's aware of it.
He's aware. He's self-aware. And lately he's just kind of he's grown on me. He's one of these guys that's just like he's self-deprecating. He knows he's kind of like a schlub. He's like not sexy, not. He's got
kind of summed up the American spirit in the last
right. He was like so. I don't know. I think lately his comedy's been hitting home with all that. So I was interested in it. And
hey, Chance, thanks for jumping on.
I was interested in it. So anywho, my what was I was like, like I don't know what to watch on New Year's. Let me watch that. And it was on Peacock, so I jumped on and grabbed a trial real quick just to try it out. And of course, they're dropping F-bombs and stuff, right? So I'm like, oh crap, this isn't on actual TV. This is like only on Peacock. And so I'm watching this thing, and it's all right. It's not bad. Some good music, whatever. But they're in Miami, not New York.
Miami.
So right before midnight, right after midnight, I flip over. I'm like, hey, let me check out what happened at the ball drop. And I flip over, and Andy Cohen is like drunk as all F. Like I catch the one moment that apparently made the night. He's drunk and ranting about Mayor De Blasio.
Yeah, he's just spilling the beans.
Just you just see like Anderson Cooper in the corner, like, oh my God, like shut up! Someone shut him up. He's like, so like, was he that bad?
De Blasio?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Fair enough.
But I didn't live there when it was happening. I got it all secondhand. And like, here's the ugly truth about New York City. It's a very democratic city that loves to hate on Democratic mayors, right? And he's got some problems, right? He's got to deal with the police. He's got to deal with the cops. He's got to deal with these unions. He's got to deal with the teachers. I don't know how you could be a successful mayor without being a D like Bloomberg or Rudy was. And Democrats don't behave like these. They're just ineffective, sort of, I don't know what to do kind of guys.
Yeah.
I also think De Blasio ran for president. Does anyone remember that? He did.
He did.
Why? No one wanted him to do it, and he did it. And so New York City hates him for it, right? That's really
fair. So I didn't know it was on NBC. I mean, it's hard to get over the air TV nowadays, right? Like if you don't have an antenna on your TV, I don't pay for cable, so I didn't know. But so it was censored on NBC, okay? Because they were dropping F-bombs left and right and stuff on Peacock.
Yeah, and then he YouTube TV, he saw it on, and I guess he like flashed himself, right, to sort of in solidarity. Is that what happened with Pete?
Something like that. I mean, yeah.
It's great. It's good. Oh, Kendo, thanks for jumping on. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Kendo.
I hope Dan jumped on as well. Happy New Year, Dan.
So
very exciting.
So,
wait, should we roll the credits? Is that something we should do?
Everyone's here. I forgot. Let's do it.
Everyone's here. Roll the credits.
Let's roll the credits. Let's roll them. Let's go.
Hey.
Welcome to the Mid-Geek Crisis in 2022, episode 159.
159! Yay!
Oh man, like
a great number.
It is a good number.
By 3, it's great. It's a good number. Solid number.
It is by
3. Look at you. I love math.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. How was the holiday, man? How was Christmas? Are you financially hurting?
Am I financially hurting? No, we did a good job this year.
No, I totally am. I'm like, my poor wallet is like singed.
Yeah, but you go big on Christmas.
I go big or go home. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's 2 birthdays in the month. Like my kiddos.
Yeah, you got 2 birthdays at Christmas. You got the
New Year holiday.
Christmas. You got the big white person Christmas. You go big.
We go big. Yeah, it's definitely big.
Ours is a small family, and we don't buy gifts for nobody.
Your cold black heart won't let you, right?
My gift is that you know me. All right?
it is true. It is true. I'm sitting there Christmas morning. I'm like, huh? Yeah, I know Pedro. I feel better about myself. You know,
another year with Pedro under the tree.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
So.
Yeah. Every year I open up a box from you and it's like nothing, and I feel so good about it.
It was great. We got like 3 or 4 board games, which is fun. I finally got my kiddo. We got my kiddo Starport. It's some sort of role-playing game for little kids, like 8 years old, and we played it the other day, and she loved it. She had a great old time. So finally got her playing some role-playing games over the holiday.
Tabletop. Okay, yeah, I picked up the new Hasbro D&D adventure pack.
I saw that box. Yeah, how is that game?
We haven't cracked it open yet. We're gonna sit down this weekend now that everything's calmed down, no travel, no nothing, and we're gonna probably crack it open over the weekend and just try to rein in the kids and try to see if I can.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We picked up Forbidden Bridge. Is like a board game that the bridge just shakes. You know, you roll a die, you have to steal gems, you got to kill across the bridge, get a gem, and then run all the way back. But the figures have a little backpack that you put the gems inside. So even though they might not fall off the bridge, their gems might fall out.
Oh no!
So there's a lot of like laughing and squealing. It was on Amazon.
What's this one called?
Forbidden Bridge. It was on Amazon for like $14, and I was like, you know what? It's got a motorized bridge. At worst, I can use it for D&D terrain at some point in the future. It's just like the kid had a blast. The kid had a blast. Tim, yes. I mean, I guess if we could do active blurring, I should bring it over here and you can see it. The gag joke. Yes, there was that. That was troll miss. Joe won troll miss because I'm like lazy and I just can't. I've got like a pile of troll gifts over here that just never get out the door. And
don't get out there. I'll get like a mug that says like Happy 2020, you know, in like 2025. Exactly. You know, it'll be great. It'll be great. I'm excited for it.
Hey, Kendo, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you jumping on and watching us on the show.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, look at this. $26 at Target. Forbidden Bridge adventure board game. Look at this thing. This thing looks really cool.
Is it $26?
Yeah.
Wait for it to drop. It's worth like $15. It's not a $26 game. It's a $15 game, but it's a lot of fun. Like watching the players get rocked around and knocked off the board is a blast. Yeah. So that whole bridge shakes.
Ooh, there's a river component too?
Yep, you got to swim up the river, get your gems, and then swim back down the river. But the best part is the bridge. You see those little railings? They sometimes catch your guys as they fall off. And there goes. See, that's where the kids have a lot of fun, watching the other players fall off. There's also a role you could do to move them into a more dangerous spot. So every bridge tile has like a place that'll hold your character, and then 2 loose areas. So like you can move them to a space. You see how this clips on the pieces there?
Yeah.
The other spaces don't have clips, so your characters can fall right off. It's like simple, it's stupid, it's
no, but it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. I mean, this is the type of game, and it's not Monopoly.
Yeah, and then look at that. That'll make some nice D&D terrain for a battle later.
It would.
That's what I'm saying.
It's always good to multitask and repurpose, right?
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
Oh my god!
Hey, thanks for
thank everyone. Look at you guys. You guys get spreading the love. I love it. Yeah. Let's get that hype train going. That's right. No, I'm digging it. So yeah, my kiddo's got a bunch of stuff, tons of Legos.
Yeah, we got Legos. A lot of Minecraft Legos this year.
Yeah. I did not jump into the He-Man stuff, right? Like I avoided it when I went to the store because I didn't think they would be into it as much as they did. My point was I didn't want to go into it. I didn't want to dive into it because I knew that I was going to end up like, oh man, if I buy He-Man, I'm going to want to buy Skeletor. And if I buy Skeletor, I'm going to have to buy Panther, and I'm going to have to buy.
Before I know it, I've got to do a whole shelf.
Yeah, before I know it, I got to have all of them because he's got to have Man-at-Arms, and I got to have Tila and Orko. You can't just, and I got to have Fisto. You got to have Fisto. You can't walk out. You can't not have Fisto. The greatest of the masters.
Like a skunk, like Stinko, or
yeah. There's Stinko, and you name it, adjective or verb at the end. Flyo.
Wants Fisto. It's 2022, Chance. Maybe we all want Fisto.
We all want Fisto. It's 2022. We've definitely grown. But anywho, I didn't buy it, so we traveled to Lino. There we go. He would work technically.
They were compatible, as I recall.
They were close enough in size. We went to visit my folks the week after Christmas, and we had our family Christmas with them. And sure enough, my sister rocked it, man. My sister spent a ton of money with my parents as well, I guess, and they went all out. And they bought my kiddos Castle Grayskull and
awesome.
a Skeletor and then a He-Man set with Battle Cat. And I was just like, holy crap. And they're all like the reissued vintage ones, so they've got a little bit more joints on them. But
so you having like flashbacks? Are you having flashbacks to 1986?
I had in 1984, man. I remember like getting a Castle Grayskull for Christmas. I remember opening it up, and then my kiddo opening it up. It was just like it was that moment in Ratatouille where he eats the eats the
Ratatouille.
eats Ratatouille, and it's just like childhood hits you.
Delivery back into the nostalgia.
That's what
awesome.
happened, man. It was awesome. And so, sure enough, once we got home, we cracked it open and we set it up, and it was awesome, man. No, so Chance, they aren't. So there's two sets of He-Man toys right now. There is the Revelation set, which are more like modern and like part
anime
of
style, right?
The anime, more of the Kevin Smith Revelation style. And my sister got me two figures of that. She got me the Skella God one and Evelyn from that. And they've got the removable heads with the long hair, and they're more articulate, more McFarlane-esque looking. And then there's the Master of the Universe, the original He-Man and the Master of the Universe reissue set, which is like they're posed exactly like the old 80s ones, but they've got a little more articulation in the hands.
They don't just do this?
They don't just do this. You could pop the arms off a little better. Their arms flow a little more. The hands can grip a little more.
So it's not like they took original molds. They discovered molds somewhere and reissued the toys. They redesigned them.
Well, yeah, what they did, they must have taken the initial mold and then like went, okay, and they broke it apart and made new additions to it.
Yeah,
so if you have the old ones, they would fit, like they're the size-wise fit. But like, for example, He-Man's head isn't just like a squidgy like head, right? You don't remember? You remember the squidgy head, and the paint starts coming off the top, so he's got a bald spot. No, but he comes with different faces, so you could pop the head off, and he's got like an angry face or like a. It was really cool, man. I'm excited for that set. So now
I'll tell you what, that Castle Grayskull also makes some nice D&D terrain.
It would make some great D&D figure. Like I look at it like
good scale for 28mm figures is very nice. Very nice.
I loved it. So it was I'm excited for that, and that was a great gift for them. Only because not only was I excited, but then my kiddo was excited, and then he started running around the house, like I have the power, and I was like, what?
Have they mixed? Do they mix and match? Do they like have their Teenage Mutant Turtles fight He-Man?
Oh yeah, they got a bucket of my old turtles.
I'm glad. My daughter always does this like interesting Playmobil and Calico Critters thing where it's like Animal Crossing. The human is running around with all the animals. It's very interesting.
Yeah, that's actually great. I never thought about it, but the Calico Critter figures would work perfectly fine as like an animal.
They're like a pretty good scale for Playmobil as well. So yeah, you can Ghostbust them and stuff like that if you want.
The Ghostbusters set too. That's awesome. What did you get? Did you get anything good? Were you gifted anything besides more coal? Got to keep the fire going. The cockles of the heart got to keep roasting.
I did get coal. I think I sent you a picture of what I got, right? We talked about this before Christmas. I think someone heard me. I showed you, right?
Did you? No, you might have, but let's show it to the group here.
First up, I don't know if you can see back there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see all these sets and whatnot, but
I got my new Dorman Forge set came in. The Wildlands, the trees and stuff like that came in. Man. Yeah, those are gorgeous.
Did that come in before Christmas or after Christmas?
Right after Christmas. So
it's a perfect gift.
Only like 3 months late. So
I mean,
so I got the
2021. You got it. I mean.
The black powder Waterloo.
Oh, that's right.
Napoleon miniatures. 700 like little tiny figures to paint. It's very, very exciting. So we were talking last week. I don't actually know if we talked about it on the show, but the sort of joke is that as a miniature collector starts getting older like me, they either have to go model railroads or Napoleonic Wars. And it looks like I'm headed straight towards Napoleonic Wars, collecting and painting. I think I'll start with Waterloo and maybe I'll go. There are no water slides in the Napoleon set. I could probably build one though. Tell you the truth.
So someone tweeted out this like this tweet with a piece of armor with a hole in it, and they were like injury at Waterloo armor, and I was like, everyone was like, injury seems a bit stretch, and this thing apparently. This made the rounds on my Twitter today, and I thought of that set that you put up, but apparently that's
my dude got a cannonball in his chest.
Yeah, he probably didn't notice it. I mean, like I can't imagine him. I mean that's right around the heart, dude. Like
yeah, I think he died.
I think he died. Look at this thing. Look, it just ripped right through him.
Yeah, that's brutal. Oof.
Yes. So there you go. I'm
The
expecting.
goggles, they do nothing.
Dude, I'm expecting I'm expecting some sort
Some
of like
casualties with cannonballs
casualty
through
with
them.
cannonballs through
Yeah,
them, right? For
yeah.
sure.
I'm excited. I'm disappointed because they're all marching. None of them are actually firing or kneeling and firing. They're all marching. So I might have to buy another set to complement this. See, this is how it. This is how it happens.
How they get you.
This is how they get you. Before you know it, I've got the Prussians and the Spanish and the Russians all together up against Napoleon. It should be
I need orcs.
yeah.
You gotta throw some orcs in there, you know.
Yeah, I looked it up. They actually is a company that makes female Napoleonic figures that can fit into the same scale. The fantasy ones look like they're a little goofier though. They're more like a World of Warcraft silly style than a more serious style is what I was looking for. So I'd like a Lord of the Rings style orc in a Napoleonic outfit. That would be cool,
Yeah,
right?
like an
Or,
Urukai, just like
yeah, or like an elf in a Napoleonic outfit with like golden armor or something like that. But they all look really silly and like over the top. So
a
we'll
little
see.
over the top. It's because no one wants to pay the Tolkien tax, right? There's bound to be some.
No one wants to pay the Tolkien tax.
No one. There's
But
bound to
do
be.
you have to pay the Tolkien tax if it's just orcs and elves with muskets? Like, that? Do you still have to
I don't
pay?
know. I don't
Only
remember.
if you call them.
There's a couple. I know there's some
hobbits,
company, right? Yeah, hobbits. There's certain races that are copyrighted, right, by Tolkien.
Only the
like,
hobbits. I think only the hobbits are. And
only
the names, like you can't call them Rohan or
right.
Yeah,
the world of the world of
the world building stuff.
yeah. Okay, that's fair. Oh man,
So
I got a lot of scotch. It's like
that's
people.
good.
It's
Good
like
for
people
you.
know me. I got some. My mother-in-law gave me some cash and said, "Spend it on something fun, only fun, no bills." And I was like,
Cocaine.
I want to throw it on bills.
I want to pay the bills.
I want to pay
It
the
will be
bills.
fun to be out of debt.
Be fun out of debt. Yeah, how is that not on public domain? You're absolutely right, Dan. It's not because someone bought it, right? Like Warner Brothers and a couple other people, the Tolkien, like they've become like a company, right? And so they now own it. It would be like
I think you can refresh it, like Mickey Mouse. They do it every 75 years or something like that.
yeah, something like that. There's
I think Winnie the Pooh without the shirt on, a naked Winnie the Pooh is now no longer
right. Well, what is
copyrighted.
it? If it's yellow and red, if it's yellow, there's like a saying that people are saying right now. If it's yellow and red,
Disney sues you dead.
Yes, Disney sues you dead. If it's nude and brown, you
Time
can
to
go.
clown?
It's time. You can go down or something like that.
I like it. I like it.
It's like, but yeah. So essentially, if it's the brown bear version of Winnie the Pooh, then you're good. But if it's the yellow with the red shirt, that's Disney Winnie the Pooh, and you can't touch that one.
And all those laws were literally written by Disney, right? So
Yeah, I know.
he wrote those laws, handed them off to his Congress people, and they passed them, which is probably intense. Speaking of Disney, the Book of Boba Fett. Can we?
I haven't seen it. I was gonna wait for episode 2, but how is it? How are you liking it?
It didn't hit like Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's I figured as much.
The first,
I know the first episode is like a kind of a flashback of like how he got out of the Sarlacc, right?
It felt like a flashback inside a flashback. I'm not really sure what's going on. Yeah, it's Mandalorian light. Someone
it might take a little bit.
It might take a little bit. Someone described it as Power Rangers, except in Star Wars universe, and I was like, yeah, that's how I would describe it too. So enjoy it with that in mind, I guess is the review.
I didn't know I wanted that. I want that. As long as I get 5 Jedi with different colored lightsabers and they like form a giant like.
Oh, I hate you so much.
They're all Skywalker by the end of it. You don't know it. They all say that they're Skywalker.
That sounds like how are there's nobody in this chat channel? Where's the crossover appeal? I need that person. I need someone else to back me up here.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Oh man.
Just some quick lore in the first episode. I liked it, but I'm more like Joe than cautious when it comes to discerning.
Yeah, when
you say discerning, you mean just accepting, right?
Yeah, exactly. I am Skywalker with Spartacus energy. That's exactly just everyone is like, I am Skywalker. I am Skywalker.
No, it's a rebellion. No, I don't want to say I didn't hate it. It didn't pop like
How
that
about
first
this?
episode of
I know
Mandalorian.
one of the conversations we've had constantly about this has been like, you're tired of seeing the same old characters.
Yeah.
And one of the groans was seeing that Boba Fett was getting a show. It's like we've seen him. But to be fair, one of the best things that I've liked about so far about this entire show is while we might get characters that we've seen before, heard of before, we get a ton of new ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're getting it here. I don't know. It felt like a lot of fan service, but it was there are a few new characters they introduced, but not enough, right? It was a lot of like fan service, some tantalizing moments, and then like some Power Rangers level stuff that you're like, all right, we'll stick around. I might wait for 2 and 3 to watch at the same time. Maybe it's that like I've become so used to binging that getting only 38 minutes of tantalizing things isn't enough. I need more.
Yeah.
I need,
Okay.
I need to hit harder. There was too much walking and fighting through the sand before we get to care about the characters. Are you talking about Dune? I don't. I'm kidding. I take it back. I love Dune. Rolls with the hot take on Matrix 4.
Oh, okay.
That was Matrix
4. So what I heard, so I haven't watched it yet, only because I haven't had time.
Joe, how have I know all of these movies and you
holidays? They were so busy. Like it was just like I was talking to the wife about this. I was like,
I saw it the night it dropped.
I know. Like, so the holidays for us comes at us hard, right? With my birthday, my kiddo's birthday, we travel. There's always going to be one travel within it all. Gifts, Christmas here, Christmas at my in-laws, Christmas at my parents, and then like New Year's, and then coming home and trying to hit the ground running with working again.
Yeah, I get it. I just came off vacation today.
Yeah.
I was ahead of Joe on mass culture. Well, Joe just doesn't try hard enough. I know the time, everybody.
Yeah, he does. He does. We're gonna get to that conversation in a second.
I adore my family. This is my second job. You people, I love you.
So I didn't get a chance to, but what I heard about Matrix was I think Polygon said it. They said that Matrix isn't a sequel, more like a video game reboot.
Yeah, I read that article. I can see that. Matrix 4 was a really great first 2 acts. The first 2/3, I think, were really fun and interesting, hot references, hot takes on reboots and remakes in general. The third act, I think it just fell apart. I don't think the third act really delivered anything at all. And that was the big climax scenes, and it just didn't deliver. But I liked a lot of it.
So what I want to know, and again, no spoilers because I haven't seen it, and others, even though I don't really care, but for spoilers. But my point is, does this reboot the Matrix enough that we can get more in this universe?
I mean, I guess. I don't think we lost anything in the universe that we couldn't have gotten more.
But I'm just saying, like, could we move on in the Matrix universe and tell more stories within this like world that was created outside of like Neo and Trinity and all of that, or are we still like Skywalkering it? Are we still talking about Neo and the One?
Oh yeah, we're Skywalkering it.
Oh, okay, all right.
I mean, they could, but they didn't really establish anyone else in a way. Yeah, I don't want any more. I don't need any more. I am done with the Matrix.
So that's the next part of the question is, are they done? Does it look like this was a done piece or no?
No. The Matrix is still, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for everyone else, but the Matrix is still around, right?
I mean,
and that's the message of
really, that's some interesting takes because
this
I've heard
worse than Crystal Skull.
Nothing can be worse.
Not set the standard.
No, really,
20 years
worse than Crystal Skulls. That is wow, that's I'm gonna remember that one when I'm watching it because like I Crystal Skull is one of those movies that it was just offensively bad. It
was pretty bad.
And again, I'm known as the guy that gives everything the go. Like,
I know
it's hard for me to say no.
Rose says it did make me start rewatching the other 3. Got through the first one okay. Got to the unnecessarily long rave scenes.
That's like the beginning of part 2, right?
Yeah, that is the beginning.
So he gave up right at the beginning of part 2.
I do want to say that I watched part 2 again. That highway scene is a white paper in action sequence, right? Yeah. From the minute they get on the highway to the end, that fight scene is ridiculously awesome.
Yeah.
But the rest of it's not very good.
I love seeing all those cars without gas tanks
Oh, the
explode.
cars and the explosions and the fighting on top of the truck and the way they do the stunts and film it around the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah. I
spectacular.
enjoy it.
Yeah. Let's see here.
So
This was Lana trying to do what her family did and failed, from what I've heard. I mean, she did it. She delivered a pretty snarky first 2 acts. I think the third act just fell apart.
if you like
You
Matrix,
like Matrix?
3, you'll dislike 4. If you dislike 2, 3, you'll like 4.
Interesting. I really disliked 3 though. 3 was so bad. But you can't watch 2 without watching 3 because they go right into it. It's like one right after the other. They're like back to back.
Yeah, like I don't. Here's the thing: is I don't remember. A sibling and family.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
The idea here is I don't. I've seen part 1 so many times because it was like such this monumental film back in '99 that I watched it so many times over and over. It was one of the first DVDs that a lot of people got.
I saw it in a movie theater in Sacramento. I was in Sacramento, California, and I saw it in a movie theater with my buddy Nathan Hensley, sitting in the front row because the tickets had all sold out. We had never.
Oh my god! And just
we had no idea. Yeah, we're just like this, and he says that line, "I know kung fu," and of course, like I'm the only guy in the theater who laughs at that line because it was so like over the top ludicrous.
Yeah,
like
I know kung fu.
But everyone took the film 100% seriously. They went wild. They loved it. And of course they did. It was great. I loved it, but I'd never seen anything like it before. Just like the first Indiana Jones. Oh, if you like the first Indiana Jones, you won't like the second 2, Ditch That Witch, or it was sold out in theaters. Or wait, did Ditch That Witch see Indiana Jones in the theaters? How old is Ditch? Matrix 1 equals Indiana Jones. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. But I liked Last Crusade, right? I liked the third one a lot.
Yeah, I have fun with it, More of the same, no ticket, the same jokes except with Sean Connery, like I'm okay with it. Like
it's good fun, although we don't like Sean Connery as much, but we do like his performances, I guess. He's dead, right?
never with a closed fist, Pedro.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I like Crusade better than Doom. I'm going to say that out loud. I like Crusade better than Doom. Because he spends the movie punching Nazis. That's so much better.
Yeah, punching Nazis outside of, like, let's say people from India eat monkey brains, which is, like, completely racist and weird. Yeah.
It's like, here's another one. I like Die Hard with the Vengeance more than I like Die Hard. There, I said it. It's a much better film.
Part 3?
Part 3. Way better than the first one.
But that's the one with... Isn't that the one with
Samuel Jackson?
That's not a Die Hard movie.
That's Die Hard with the Vengeance. It's a Die Hard movie. It literally says it there in the title, Joe.
Chat, can someone tell him?
How is that not a Die Hard movie?
So the script wasn't a Die Hard script. They literally wrote Die Hard on it and added John McClane to the entire script because they knew it wouldn't sell.
Okay.
But it wasn't a Die Hard movie. Like the entire thing is written.
It's not a Die Hard movie. It's called Die Hard with the Vengeance. It's a Die Hard movie.
It's literally it would be the equivalent of like an X-Men comic with like Spider-Man joining in and calling it a Spider-Man movie.
They've done that a million times.
It's like Civil War is not a Spider-Man
Civil War
movie.
is an Avengers movie. Get the fuck out of here.
But it's not a Spider-Man movie. That's what I'm saying. Look.
Exactly. So what's next? Mario 2 is it a Mario game?
The joke is the argument here and the joke here is that he said part 3 when that's like universally the most hated one out of all the Die Hards.
Out of 4?
Well, outside of the ones that were done 20 years later, out of those, the take is 3 definitely is not even like talked about.
3 is way better than 2.
Really?
It's 3's got the German accent guy, the brother. They blow up the bank. The heist is so ludicrous.
I'm not denying that it's not a good movie, but I don't think it's a good Die Hard movie.
It's better than the first one.
I just don't need Samuel Jackson's character is just like if it's just John McClane. I like it, but like then it becomes like a weird buddy cop thing, and it's just not. It's
Home Alone 3, 4, 5. Home Alone 3 wasn't very good.
Again, it is a Die Hard movie by name.
You and me.
But I won't not. I'm just saying it's just a good action movie, but it's weird as a Die Hard movie.
What makes it weird as a
It's just a weird Die Hard movie. It's just a weird Die Hard movie. It's a weird Die Hard movie.
I'm gonna make you write a thesis on this.
I'm gonna have to. I want to rewatch 3 again and just be like, how does he think this was better than 2? 2's got the airport. It's like it's just,
2's terrible. 2 is awful.
Die Harder. It's got a better name too. He's got shoes in that one.
Is this special edition is overrated? He might be like that's like taking Ducky Ducky Panic and slapping Mario on it. Is that something that's happened?
Yes. Mario 2, the American version of Mario 2, isn't a Mario game. It was another game with like a genie and a bunch of other stuff, which is why everything in the background's got like these like vases and he like rides there's a part where you ride a carpet and stuff.
Yeah.
Doki Doki Panic is like a weird like desert genie game with like characters, and Nintendo thought Mario 2, the Lost Levels, was too hard for American like public, so they were like, let's so they took this game Doki Doki Panic in Japan and reskinned it. They basically added Mario and the other characters on it, and in Japan the game was released later on as Super Mario USA.
Oh my gosh.
And so because it's a game that wasn't part of the original franchise, but we call it Mario 2. But it's also the weird one, like that's Mario where you like that was the first Mario where you pick things up. Like you land up and pick things up, and it was just a weird game. But it's not a Mario game inherently, but then it became a Mario game, right? Like it's one of those games that like by definition, the things that it did then became part of the series later on. Like Mario 3, for example.
It's also like you could hold the button and you could duck. Is that the first one you could duck too?
No, you could duck on all of them, but there was a couple of the characters had different
run, throw them.
Yeah, that you couldn't do that. You couldn't. There were turnips in that game.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was just a weird like you had a life meter, so you had hearts on the left-hand side.
Right, that was a weird game. You're
right. It's like it's a weird Mario game, but then at the end, it's the answer to that is all in his head. He's a dream, right? He wakes up and it's like Dallas.
I don't think I ever beat it. That's
well, the ending of Mario is he beats Wart, the big frog king, or whatever.
Wakes up in Dallas.
Well, the show Dallas, you know, the
oh gosh,
it's a dream. Yes, it's the same thing. He basically wakes up. He wakes up from. He's like, oh, it was all just a nightmare. But the entire like whole game was
sequence was in his head. All right. Just spoiled it for Vic. 20 years I've been waiting to beat this game. What did
he say? Cinema Sins, I think, did a thing where they did a doctor analyze all the Die Hards. It would have taken like 4 John McClanes to complete theirs, as I heard. He would have survived Die Hard 2 in like 5 or 6 lives for Die Hard. For the Vengeance. Yeah.
From all the injuries.
Part 3 is definitely like it's over the top for like a reason. Like
yeah. Well, I mean, like part 4, he goes to Russia, doesn't he? Like part 4 gets even more ludicrous. His estranged son is over.
No, that's 5.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's 5, and that was a bad one.
That was really bad.
That was really bad with his son. Yeah.
I want to say, not a hot take, but Halo Infinite. I've been playing this single player campaign. This might be the first next gen game for me. It is gorgeous, just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to beat it. Die Hard Discourse is wild. Crossover, thank you for joining. I needed someone to back me up over here. I'm all alone taking swings.
Oh man, let's get to some news real quick because there's definitely some weird takes going on here as we come back from the holidays. CES is kind of going on, like a lot of it was canceled.
Expo event. What is that?
Computer. What is it?
Just Computer Expo, right?
Yeah, Computer Expo.
Yeah.
I forgot what CES stands for anymore. It's been
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Electronic show.
Electronics Expo.
Yeah, electronic show.
Consumer Electronics Show.
Computer Electronic Expo.
Thank you, everybody.
Show. It's got an S. So, but yes, I remember what it was. Like I always get E3 because that's electronics. You know, E3 had a name. You know, and anyway, they're all weird names. But
Electronics CES, Entertainment Expo is E3, right? Isn't that 3 E's?
Yeah, exactly.
My company runs it.
Your company runs
Dan.
E3.
All right, with the bona fides. I love it.
Where's
my tickets?
Well, CES was canceled. Was not canceled, but a lot of people backed out because of Omicron and all that stuff. So, but there was some weird stuff announced. Nvidia went out and did they put up the video online, and it's a big presser, and they announced they're doubling down on like the cloud gaming.
Okay.
So they're basically
Everyone
saying, they're doing the whole like, well, we've got machines with all the video cards that you want, but you can't get. So cloud gaming is the way to go if you want to play with a 3090 or 3080 or whatever big video card. What are the big expensive video cards? Just stream the game, and that's the exact same thing, right? By the way, here's two new cards we're announcing: a 3050 and the 3090 Ti, or as the announcer called it, Ti, which is. They were calling their own SKU
3090 Ti.
Yeah, they were calling it the 3090 Ti over and over again, and everyone on Twitter was like, "Does this guy work for the company?" Because no one has ever called it Ti. They've all called it Ti. But it was weird. But here we go. They announced, big old GPU shortages. You can't get the cards, but let's go ahead and announce another SKU and make it an even higher end card, where it's already going to be marked up.
So they released a card bigger than the 3090 already, and one more in the middle at the 3050.
The 3050, one of the lower end, when it's supposed to be starting at $249.
So that's an affordable price.
But no one's going to get it, and if it is, it'll be marked up by 20. Right now, cards they're marked up 3 times retail value. Jesus Christ. So even if you walk in and you find one at the store at Micro Center or any place that sells them, and you see one, they're already marked up 3 times more than retail cost. At the store.
Why let someone buy it and scalp it if you can sell it yourself for 3 times that?
Exactly.
I get it.
Exactly. So
crossover. Excuse me. It's not COVID. I got tested. Tinfoil hat time. The GPU shortage is an artificially manufactured crisis to push more people into software as service game streaming.
I at this point, sure. Yes.
I love it. It's perfect.
But one of the other things, and I
wish people were this capable, honestly, that we could have conspiracies at that level. It would be glorious.
Right. If they were that calm and it wasn't like pizza shop, child pornography ring with celebrities,
right. Yeah. We have a base on Mars at least, right?
What was the best one? The best one that happened with Q was the whole JFK Jr. was coming back, and and
he can still come back, bro.
But I wanted to watch this video.
All right, let's put it on.
So Sony announced the new VR. They announced the name for the new VR and all the specs and whatnot. And there's a 5-minute explanation of it, kind of a Sony CES.
I don't want to watch Sony talk about their shit for 5 minutes, dude.
Yeah, well, we'll fast forward to it. But I'm definitely interested because I haven't watched it, and I'm kind of interested to see what they announce.
All right. Go ahead.
Today, I'm thrilled to announce the official names for our next-gen VR system, PlayStation VR 2. And our next-gen controllers
I know, right?
PlayStation VR.
What do we call it? VR 2.
PlayStation VR 2 will bring together the power of technology.
Remember, this is for
creativity of development.
I don't know who this is for.
We've developed new sensory
they've got.
Oh my gosh, this is like Sony has the same.
Upgraded visual fidelity.
Yeah, Sony.
For example, with eye tracking, you'll be able to interact more intuitively.
No one gives a crap. Tell us what it has in a sizzle reel and then show us games.
Look at their eye tracking imagery, though.
So players will feel subtle, responsive vibrations.
But is it fast as SSD, bro?
In-game actions. Visually, PlayStation VR 2 will offer a best-in-class experience.
I hope so.
In HDR, foveated
rendering.
And field of view.
Come on, dude.
All of this is on top of the new PlayStation VR 2 Sense controllers, which enable players to feel and interact with games in a
So they look like Oculus
way.
controllers.
We're also excited to announce that one of the biggest exclusive franchises on PlayStation will be coming to PlayStation VR 2.
God of War?
Horizon Call of the Mountain from Guerrilla Games and Firesprite Games.
All right, here we go. Here's some
VR footage.
There.
Oh, look, you're awake.
Oh, look, you're awake. Yeah, that's always the cliche, right? Like, that's how you...
I mean, it's not a new system without a Skyrim 5 or GTA 5. There we go.
I don't know. That'd be pretty freaking cool with a VR helmet.
That's pretty cool.
I'd like to show you a new Vision.
Did he just drive up on stage?
A new what? Is that a car?
But is it real?
Sony Vision S? What is this?
This music.
This is our new prototype SUV. Vision S has been developed on
What?
safety, adaptivity,
Did they put white on white?
and entertainment. A total of
Oh, who
40
did the
sensors,
color
including
grading on this?
Sony CMOS image sensors are installed
What
inside
is this?
and outside the vehicle to
Sony has a car?
No,
In
bro.
terms of adaptability, the Vision S prototype is equipped with network connectivity, which allows us to build a vehicle that continuously evolves. It also makes it possible to personalize the cabin
It's
for
made of
each
cake.
user.
I don't
Can I fly my car over a city? What are they showing me here, Joe?
I don't know, dude. That's why I wanted to watch it, because I was like,
All right, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
no. I'm enjoying this.
And
This
the
is
cloud. The Vision S also
I guess
evolves
the
mobility
answer
as
here
an
would be that
entertainment
they make
space.
electronics and cars have
And
gone electric,
features
so we can
our
do it
3D
too.
Oh, look at that! Look at that dashboard.
gaming experience.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and Bravia Core.
does it
for
have a? Can I buy?
Vision
Is this
S.
how I buy my PS5
Fully
now?
integrated
Because
digital video
I can't get
service.
one anywhere else, so now I gotta buy it with the car.
You gotta buy it
Learn
as well.
about mobility.
It's built into the
through
cars.
our
You have to run your
exploration
HDMI
of
cord into your
Vision S.
house.
And from the various partners who have supported these efforts. With the imaging and sensing, cloud, 5G,
Oh my god,
and
5G!
entertainment technologies combined with the content mastery. We believe
Your
Sony is
face
well
is so great. You're like-
positioned as a creative entertainment
I,
company.
when do we allowed to play video games while driving a car? I feel like I missed a
That being
step,
said,
Sony.
I'm excited to announce this spring, we are establishing a new company, Sony Mobility Inc.
All right.
to
All right,
accelerate these
yeah.
efforts.
And can I drive this on
And-
Gran Turismo?
We are exploring a
Would it be funny if
commercial
this car
launch
isn't available on
of
Gran
Sony's
Turismo?
EV. Sony Mobility Inc.
Maybe you could just sit in the garage and play. Like you just sit and you play, and you got the screens, and you're like playing these cars. maybe.
and robotics. This
Like
is
a
the
big
Can I
car
plug
sim.
this car into my
into the
PS5
future,
and use the racing
bringing
wheel?
our expertise
Yeah.
in creating diverse
Oh
and
my
innovative
God.
solutions to the world.
That's awesome.
Thank you for being with us today. Enjoy CES.
Ooh, Sony.
Okay, so
Sony coming out there and saying we've got a solution to a problem you did not have.
what? I'm so confused. So is that a new PS?
So was that the new? Oh, rolls.
Am I gonna get an
You and the
upgrade for this
dinosaurs.
anytime soon,
You and
Sony?
the dinosaurs are saddened by the changeover.
Yeah, I don't. This is
Yeah,
weird.
I know. You can't produce enough PS5s, and now you're gonna make cars.
Okay. I mean, look. To be fair, Sony makes everything, right? They make audio. They make audio equipment. They make TVs. They make all sorts of electronics. They make cameras. But
Mhm.
I mean, cars is definitely something that's just like a. I mean, when you think about it, cars nowadays are mostly electric, right? Or electronic, right? So, I mean, they already make TVs and displays. So,
Yep.
okay, they're halfway there. Sony's known for having 50 billion screws on all of their electronics when you work on them. So that's a
Just
car.
like a car.
Just like a car. I guess they're, tires are going to be manufactured by someone else. And all the brains and CPUs and electronic, they've already doing all that with all of their phones and PS5 and all that. So it's like they've got all the components, and they were like, well, what's the next big thing we can make with all these components? Like they're like Taco Bell. You've got 17 ingredients. What can you make, and what can we throw on the menu and call it
Why
something new?
wouldn't you just make a potato and beef burrito with cheese? That's all anybody wants in a Baja Blast. Just keep making that.
But they won't. They'll make it once, and then they'll take it away from you.
Take it away from you.
That's exactly
Weird
so.
fried
So
chicken
it's gonna
peanut
just
bread
like
sandwich.
Sony likes to make things and then make it go away. They're very. If you're familiar with any of their formats and proprietary formats, Sony is not very good at like longevity support. So this car, what if they only sell it for like 2 years and then all of a sudden they're like, we're done. We didn't sell enough.
Maybe is it a patent move? They patent a bunch of things in the car, and then other companies might try to advance
Maybe.
their technology there. And Sony's like, oh, we have already done that. You're going to have to pay us for that patent. I don't know. You know what my favorite Mexican place doesn't make? Cars. Well, I got Burger King. Thanks, Dan. Finally got Burger King last night right after they stopped making.
Well, after
so sad.
Can Maytag? Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm getting at now. It's like
do my dishes and cook
like
dinner. I'm probably at home.
Before cars were made by car manufacturers because they could produce combustion engines.
Right, they had the long manufacturing platform to produce engines, and that's hard to get into. Now it's easy.
Now it's easier, right? They're like, well, we make batteries. Well, we know how to make motors. We can make small electronic motors. We can, we know how to make all this stuff that's in a car now. And if Tesla can do it, we can freaking do it. Yeah. So, I mean, cool. I don't.
Hey, why not jump in there, compete against Tesla with
anything to take down
Tesla $1 valuation and all that ridiculousness?
Those cars
anything but make a PS5 that people can buy in the store when they want. And yeah, I think it's a patent play. Sony's always on the cutting edge of stuff, but not really producing anything like that. They've got all this technology they can put into a car, so they're trying to sell those concepts.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm glad they didn't. It's a new company, so Sony Mobility, right? So good for them. Totally caught me off guard.
They're looking at stuff besides cars, public transit, personal motoring. The cars definitely. I thought it was going to be a car hooked up to your VR set.
So well, I mean, like it led it.
You could drive lifts from home. You could just like not even have to leave in the economy. You're just like, oh, hey, I'm your Lyft driver, but I'm actually at home driving you around all day. That's what I thought it was going to be. Some sort of weird VR thing.
I mean.
Still could be maybe. I don't know.
Tesla's trying to do that, right? With their trucks, with their you can like sit at home and like just like drive this like electric truck across country.
Really?
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind of evil thing I'd imagine Elon Musk to do.
Yeah.
Don't even leave the house to hit somebody with your car.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get 110 years anyway. I mean, like that's true. So last night I was on Twitter. And
I was on Twitter.
As
I want to do on a Monday night.
Monday night, just like yeah. By the way, yeah, those Rivians, the Rivian, the new truck and the SUV that are coming out, the competitor, another EV truck and SUV, looks really cool, and it's not Tesla. And reviews so far have been pretty good.
You're right.
So I'm all excited for other alternatives to Tesla on the EV side.
Is it a really high vehicle so you can't see a third grader walking in front when you're driving? Is it?
But it's got like 50 billion cameras on it, right? Like they're
as long as it's got 50 billion.
So you'll catch it on video when you hit the kid.
You'll get 100 points.
100 points. It gives it Chivo unlocked or whatever, So Twitter last night, and I've talked about Evo Moment 37.
Okay. Yes, before. Absolutely. Street Fighter.
And, it's a very hard combo to do.
Yes.
If you purchased back on the 360 and the PS3, there was an achievement that you can get if you went into like the challenges, and one of the challenges was the Evo 37. And you actually had to do it. If you done it, you unlocked the achievement, and it was the final judge moment on the training mode. Anywho, so Justin Wong, the individual that got hit with the Evo 37 by Daigo,
the victim, if you will,
the victim. He streams on YouTube and streams on Twitch and whatever, and he's actually real fun on especially if you're a fighting game community guy, and he's always taken the moment in stride. Like, well, anywho, it happened to him again last night.
Did it really?
It did. The exact same thing. An exact same thing. In 2022, Justin gets to relive the legendary. And so this clip again, it was last night, 9:44 p.m.
Oh, he got it? You think he got it, bro? You think he Daigo? You ain't Daigo. Oh, he Daigo! He Daigo! He Daigo! No!
He totally got hit with it again.
He called it.
He called it. He's like, he totally was like, you ain't Daigo. Also, we have to commend this player he did it online with online lag. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like the timing has to be
PTSD from that.
yes, totally. He totally does every time. So of course, in the chat and on the thread on Twitter, he's just getting
They must
hit
have
with
gotten blown up. Oh my god. Oof.
Oh my god! So he's
Put
like,
it down. Hang up your belts.
he can't get away from it. It's like it's always gonna happen. He's perpetually like that's his personal hell. When he leaves this mortal coil,
I will tell you though that we all played Street Fighter. We all put the quarter up on the arcade machines and played that way. Those kind of digs, you live with them forever.
you do. So you have to commend Justin for being that awesome to like own it and like run with it and know that he was the one that got taken out in Evo. I mean, he's a champion in other ways and he'll kick your butt in any other game, but like that particular moment in time, he lost. And sure enough, he laughs about it. And it's hilarious that he got hit with it.
You have to laugh about it.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Oh god, the chat in there was like, "This has to be scripted." It's not. It was he legitimately was like, "This was completely a live match," and brutal. Yeah,
that is hilarious.
Insane.
Insane to suffer it twice.
To suffer it twice. Oh my god, the exact same thing.
That's good stuff.
Man.
What else we got, Joe? One more.
We got a few more, but let's kick it off real quick. Just with we'll talk a little bit about Game Pass.
You haven't seen Matrix 4 yet.
Oh, we're getting Splunky too. Outer Wilds and Mass Effect.
How much did you play Spelunky?
A lot, but not as much as you did. I know you put some time into that one.
Yeah. Because that's like Celeste without an easy mode.
No, it has no easy mode. You die, you go back to the beginning and start the game all over.
Way back.
It's a roguelike. It's a roguelike. It's a roguelike platformer.
A brutal roguelike. And especially since like there's only one way to beat it and you have to get it all in the right order and all that stuff. It is ridiculous. So
yeah.
It's an excellent lineup for Game Pass. Outer Wilds is coming back, right? It left.
Yes, it's coming back. It left and it's coming back. So
I'm excited for Spelunky 2. That's going to be cuckoo bananas.
So again, this is all just the first 2 weeks of January.
Yeah, I bought Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Haven't played it, so maybe I'll play it now that it's free for everybody.
That's free for everybody.
Yep.
I'm wondering if that's going to be one of those you can install part 1, part 2, part 3 kind of thing, so you don't have to install all 3 at once.
Yeah, I mean that might be nice actually. It's a good lineup. I've already let me see. I think the Pedestrian I already downloaded, so that's the one I wanted to check out. Looks like a pretty cool puzzle game. Gorogoa is a cool puzzle game. I was looking at that as well. I was planning on downloading it via my phone so I can get the Chivo for the month for downloading it on a phone.
Oh, there's I never look at those. There's specific achievements that you get for doing things a specific
for the game
way.
Points. Yeah, and if you get 12,000 game points, you can buy a free month. So like every 3 months. It's like a free month of Xbox Ultimate Edition. So that's what I've been doing. Every 3 months, I just buy it with points. So it's not bad. It's $15, right?
Yeah, no, not bad at all. So
definitely worth checking out. Yep.
Gora. This looks like it's a 2018 game, but I don't remember it.
It's a pretty neat look. It's the artful puzzle game, right? It's like drawn and written by one person.
I dig the art style. It's Annapurna, so of course it's great.
Oh, that's it right there. You found it.
Oh, is this the gameplay? Is this how it is?
Yeah, so now you pull the puzzle. Yeah, so... Oh my gosh, that is cool.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Like zooming in and out and piecing and seeing, like, okay.
That's pretty neat. Yeah. This is going to be a nice, like, low-key, relaxing game in between trying to beat Halo on difficult mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I want to just, we're going to start up the 52 games in 52 weeks challenge again, trying to beat as many games.
So let's talk about that. I completely failed it.
No, dude, listen. 10 is great, right? 10 is great. We all strive for 10. but 1 is better than 0, right? 1
Right.
is always better than 0. You beat how many games? 26?
25.
25 games.
25
I
games.
did 31, and I'll fully admit that like 3 or 4 of those might have been really easy ones.
Hey, but you played through an experience, right?
played
Like,
through an
and
experience,
that's the
31,
key
yeah.
thing here is there was a few games on there, like good example, like the little town builder game, which I technically forgot to even count, but I did beat it as well. And
the Townscaper?
Yeah, Townscaper. But you played through it and experienced the game, right?
Yeah.
Like it counts because
it counts, and it's a good experience, and you enjoyed it. There's a games on there that I would have never tried, that I popped in there and finally beat. I mean, I finally beat was a Full Throttle, that freaking game I never played.
the old Scum game, the old point and click, which is a fantastic story game, you know, back in the old PC days, and the remaster or whatever that came out. You know,
it was great. It was great. Solid, fun, good game. What was your favorite game to beat in 2021? Just one game pops in your head.
Man, there's so many that I played. I mean, I like that I went through. I mean, my game of the year was Metroid Dread, without a doubt.
There you go.
Without a doubt, that game was that ending was just great. I love that it was a culmination of like the entire story that is Metroid, Super Metroid, you know, Metroid Fusion, all of those. And I loved Artful Escape. I know as simple as that one was, I enjoyed the music.
Artful Escape was great. Solid ending, good fun. I enjoyed it.
I had a lot of fun with that one. I remember just the dialogue and the all the pointing, kind of the choose your own adventure aspect of it was fun. Man, I mean, I ran through a few of them, you know, running through a lot of the Marios, running through Skyward Sword HD again.
Finally rocking out those old ones you beat before, for sure.
Yeah, playing the remaster version of that. Yeah, you played that Picross game. I think you put like 4 months into that one.
Way to go, dude. Special Editions of Races, Returnal. Personally, there you go. Returnal's awesome. That's fantastic. I really enjoyed, and this one I'm just going to give them props because I could not believe it, was the Gears of War tactical game that they put together.
Oh, Tactics, right. You
Gears
played through that one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I kind of want to go back and get the 100% Chivos. I beat it and went to another game quick because I wanted to keep beating games. But I really enjoyed what they tried to do with the Gears of War franchise. It's sort of a neat way to reuse that franchise.
It was like an RTS/XCOM, right? Like
it was just the tactics part. So like it was like slow Gears of War. You had to use cover. You had to use the right weapon against the right boss. You had to work as a team. Like it was just slow Gears of War. It was a lot of fun. And the graphics are pretty sweet. So because it's just the Gears of War graphic style all the way through. Good stuff. I think I remembered the name before I went in here, but then I immediately forgot the quirky office roguelike that's kind of like Hades, where you go in.
And I never finished. I haven't finished that one. I'll probably count it as one this year, but it's great. That one was great. What was it called?
I completely forgot the name of it now, but
I'm sure chat will tell us in a second.
Chat will tell us, but that one was probably my favorite game because beating it was like work.
Yeah, it's been work playing through it, but I really like the story plus the quirkiness. Plus, since we work in corporate environments,
going under. Thank you, crossover appeal. I knew it. My big shame this year was not beating Hades. That was my big shame. I had to put it down because it was destroying my life, as I knew it would. So my big shame of 2021 was not beating Hades. I'll pick it up this year and try to burn through it.
So I started what is it, Kina? Bridge of Spirits, or what is it? Bridge of Spirits. It's a PlayStation exclusive, but it was nominated for Indie Game of the Year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it really caught my eye. It was on sale for I think $25 or something like that on PSN. So I picked it up, and I've put in like 4 hours into it already at least, and I'm enjoying it. It's awesome. Good combat / indie / the graphics are beautiful on it. I can't believe it's an indie game. It looks like I'm sure Sony will buy up the studio. Like it'll be one of those that Sony will probably pick up.
Disappears into the studio.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, no, I'm the way the things people are doing with graphics nowadays is amazing. And Specialization is overrated. I'm not a big Halo guy. The lore goes in one ear and goes right out the other pretty quickly. I don't remember much about it.
Which is interesting because it sounds like a lore that you would totally be all about. Like
I know, but it just slides right off me for some reason. But this particular one, I'm really enjoying.
Yeah, I mean, did you do any research? Like, because they are talking about things that happened in the previous game.
No, man, you know me. I'm one of those guys who can jump into a sci-fi movie without knowing what the hell's going on and still enjoy it. So
Okay, yeah, it's fair.
What's her name? The
Cortana. Or
Katana. I'm like, Katana went evil? Did she go? What happened here? I don't understand.
Yeah, she went rampant and she kind of became the villain.
That's fine. I'm enjoying it. Like I'm like, who are these banished? What the hell are these guys now? There's aliens I shoot. That's
aliens you shoot.
I'm catching up real quick. So it's
the smaller ones. They're hilarious.
They're great. My daughters watch me shoot them every so often, and she cracks up. She's like, "Are they running in fear?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah. A Spartan
watch me blow up his backpack.
I'm the Deathbringer. You know, they just say all sorts of fun stuff, and there's tons of dialogue. I don't think I've heard much repeat.
There's a lot of the aliens are real chatty.
Yeah, I like that. It keeps it going.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You do feel like a badass in the boss fights, though, in those in some of the like boss encounters or whatever.
I haven't not felt like a badass this entire thing. Like I'm walking this. Like I feel like a Master Chief and it's kicking butt. Yeah, the boss fights are well designed, nicely tuned. I'm digging it. I like the way Marines join you. I like the map. I like the open world aspects. There's just a lot of good stuff there. So
I do dig like you end up on small bases. Like you'll come in and liberate a base or whatever, and you'll end up running into like there was one where you have to go up on an elevator lift, and then you have to rescue and you find a dead Spartan.
It's good, yeah. And I was like, "What? There are other Spartans? This is all shit I don't know, right?"
Yeah, so you find the body was written in the lore. In the lore, you know, Spartans never die.
It's Halo eats Far Cry. All right, I can get behind it. It's good stuff.
It does. So it's been great so far, and I'm enjoying it. I'm taking it in pieces. The online is fun too, as well. If you wanted to get on there and get your butt kicked, you know, that's fine too. I really like a lot of the co-op versions, like the Team Slayer and the Capture the Flag. Matches, those are always my favorite type to play. So,
and then we uninstalled Back 4 Blood, right? Because it's a 10.
Yeah,
and we installed the Aliens Fire Team. It is a lot more enjoyable than I.
It is a lot more enjoyable. Fire Team is, I think, better than Back 4 Blood.
There's something about hearing that like pulse rifle go and the aliens scream in the hallways that it's great. It's a solid cooperative shoot 'em. Run through a board, fill up some green bars, get some more gear type game.
And getting his butt kicked the whole stream, watching us and getting Halo'd.
Yes. That feels like maybe that's why Halo never stuck with me. So
Human Fall Flat. So my kiddos play that, and it's I don't get it. It's like they're more of the wiggly people, kind of like Gang Beasts, but not. I don't know.
I put it on thinking that it would be an easy 1,000 points, but it turned out not to be.
It's not.
I found the controls like a little bit more frustrating than I want it to be. I want it to be cleaner. Kind of like no, I can't think of any game. Like the Goats game was a lot cleaner to get 1,000 points on, right? So it's a weird one. I played through a bit of that last year with it's funny. I think the sense of humor in it is pretty funny, and the way you walk is pretty funny.
So outside of Game Pass, I guess did you get any video games for Christmas? You can't get any disc games. You can't pop them in.
Yeah, I don't get games. Nobody buys me video games. They buy me miniatures and Dwarven Force terrain and Waterloo. That's I make fun of you for physical media, but literally I'm surrounded by physical objects.
Yeah, no, that's true. Hey,
there we go. Nice.
Yeah, I picked that up during a Black Friday deal, so that was good. And then I picked this up for $15. I picked up a Darius HD. It's an old shooter scroller game, but cool. It was $15 on. So I picked this up recently, and so I'm always a fan of the Darius shoom ups, whatever. But yeah,
specialization. You can tell who are the
yeah.
Because life isn't hard enough. Dude, rolls. Project Zomboid is fantastic. I wish it was on the Switch. It would be a perfect Switch game for me. But every time I want to play it, I have to walk over to the PC and rock it out, and that's too much.
I don't think I've played that one. What is that one?
It's a solo zombie survival game. So you start on like an isometric view, and you have to like raid houses and survive solo. You got to craft. You got to scavenge. You got to survive as long as possible. But it is hard and satisfying.
Is it a I mean, do you buy the game? Is it what?
Yeah,
what
it's
is
on
it?
Steam. I think it's like $14 or $15 on Steam.
Okay.
One of the things I really like about it is that you could die on the same map. Time keeps progressing on that map, but you could die on the same map and find your corpse again, find your safe house. But the time is progressing, so eventually the power goes out, water goes out, all the things that you need to survive start to go out as you play the game. So way to go, Rolls.
What happened here? What's happening here? It's not
This
contained.
is like a weird.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of zombies, and you can like cut yourself on glass. You bleed out. You get bit.
But there were too many.
You don't want to encounter that many zombies.
Oh.
That's how I
Yeah.
died. The next time, I was smarter.
So you play again, same world. You keep coming back. There's the police station.
Between the infected. But I wasn't smart enough.
Yep. Now he's bleeding out again.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying. It looks like a Switch game. It would be perfect for the Switch. That is precisely how I died about 26 times. I can't believe that dude's using a gun, because you use a gun and it summons everything. Driving a car is a giant pain in the ass. My favorite is that like you can never find the keys for the car, and you get to board up a house, build a farm. You get to go really nuts here.
And found a generator.
Oh, they added crafting to it too. No multiplayer, right? It's single.
They have the multiplayer is in the next version, but they haven't released a full, gold release of the multiplayer yet. That's kind of what I'm waiting for.
Never make it home. This is Project Zomboid.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Together. Build.
Oh, dude, I'm totally getting this.
It's
I
good,
totally-
and you can.
I totally, as soon as the multiplayer goes live, I totally love to play a.
Looks like fun. You could how you say, you choose your class at the beginning. So like you could start in the prison as a prisoner, or you could start in the police officer, things like that.
Project.
I've been in the beta version of the online. It's a little janky, but I'm sure they're working out the kinks. Yeah, this game has been in development for like 15 years. My buddy got into it at the very beginning when it was free, and they just kept upgrading him. So he's got the full priced version, even though he's been playing the free one for like 10 years, right? So it's cool. It's cool. Chance says, but if you like zombie survival games, that one's
That's a
pretty
good
cool. You got, like,
recommendation.
5 or 6
Good rec.
maps. It happens in the South. I think it's actually like real places in Kentucky, maybe. Like they picked a weird state. But it's pretty neat.
More guns down there, right?
Yeah, guns, no ammo. That's
No-
been my games. I find a lot of guns and no ammo. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
It's because the libs were in power and they took they took their ammo.
All right, Texas. All right. I knew we'd get back to that eventually. Oh, this has been the Mid-Geek crisis,
Mid-Geek
everyone.
crisis, everyone. Real quick, just for anyone who's the whole the Tomb Raider trilogy, the newer one is free on Epic Games till before January 6th. So just go pick up all 3 of the games. That's a pretty good deal considering that Shadows of the Tomb Raider is still a $40 game.
Yeah, I think they were selling it for like $2.
Yeah.
A
So
little while
it goes
ago,
down, but
Xbox
you
and stuff.
pick it up for free right now on Epic. Just go,
Go rock it out.
go log
Go
in. And
support
just,
Tencent and download stuff from Epic Games.
yeah.
Steal from Tencent. Get that free stuff.
Woo! Here we go.
It's
All
not
right,
good.
everyone. Episode
good.
159 is complete. We have welcome back. A whole new year. Any resolutions before we go?
No, I don't believe in improving myself.
Neither do I. That's exactly right. I'm already perfect as I am.
I do better every day than the day before. Thanks everybody for jumping on.
I wake up and I piss excellence.
Chance again, Rolls. Happy birthday! Thanks for jumping on, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the support. You don't realize how much support you get till you see the numbers at the end of the year, and I'm like, holy crap! I've got some people, actually, paying for stuff, and I appreciate it. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you again. 2022, we're still here. All right.
Yes, like, subscribe, tell your friends, buy that merch.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those good stuff. Thanks for jumping on. This wouldn't be the show without you.
Yeah. Let's go. Another year in the can. Take care.
Be kind.
Be kind, everyone.